Have you ever heard of a candle that breathes? It's not just a figure of speech. I'm talking about a real, living candle. I found it in a dusty old antique shop, tucked away on a forgotten shelf. The shopkeeper, a man with eyes that seemed to hold ancient secrets, simply said, "It chooses who it serves." I didn't understand then, but I was about to. At first, it was just a beautiful object on my mantelpiece. The wax had a strange, pearlescent quality, and the wick seemed to flicker with a life of its own, even when unlit. The first time it happened, I was having coffee with my neighbor, Aldmer. Harrison. Suddenly, the flame, which had been burning steadily, just went out. A puff of smoke, and then darkness. I thought it was just a draft, but the windows were all closed. An hour later, I got the call. Harrison had passed away peacefully in his armchair. I was shaken, but I wrote it off as a grim coincidence. I relit the candle. The next day, it happened again. The flame vanished. This time, it was my aunt, who had been ill for a long time. The candle was a harbinger, a gentle warning that someone's time was up. It was a somber, but strangely comforting, power. But here's the part that keeps me awake at night. After each time it goes out, after a few moments of stillness, a tiny spark appears at the wick, and the flame reignites itself, burning just as brightly as before. This cycle continued. A distant cousin, a childhood friend's parent. Each time, the flame would die, and I'd brace myself for the inevitable sad news. And each time, the candle would relight itself. But last night, something changed. I was home alone, reading a book. The house was silent, and then I saw it. The flame faltered, sputtered, and died. My heart pounded in my chest. I waited for the phone to ring, for a text to appear, for some news from the outside world. But there was nothing, just silence. And then, in the darkness, I saw it. That familiar, tiny spark at the wick. The flame caught, and the room was filled with light once more. I've checked on everyone I know. They're all fine. The candle extinguished itself, and then it relit. The problem is, I was the only person in the house. The only person near the candle. I don't know what it means. Was it a warning? A false alarm? Or is it telling me something I'm not ready to understand? All I know is, the candle is still burning, and I'm afraid to watch it go out again. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've ever encountered something you can't explain, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more strange tales.